from the perspective of the Scottish Government, we attach the highest importance of community planning partnerships to change the lives of individuals in Scotland and to give them better opportunities and prospects.
Community planning partnerships really are an amazing way to involve communities. It's kind of just what it says on the tin, really.
Involving citizens and delivering services, making decisions about things that affect them.
There are people working together with you to make sure that what you're telling us you need actually happens.
No problem is ever solved in one little compartment, and community planning is about encouraging different organisations to work together to break down boundaries.
If you're in the public sector, your job is in part to support that community sector. It's like trying to light the blue touch paper and then let the fireworks go off.
Why did I come to the toddlers group? All the mums are interested in helping each other. I would say that's probably the biggest thing.
Get to build stuff like the castles.
Without this wee group, she wouldn't really have anybody to talk to.
And just give her a little bit more happiness in life.
It means that I'm able to go to university and I'm not relying on family or other people to pick my children up from school.
I live in this community. I started as a volunteer in it. I'm now working in it. We've always worked from bottom up to deliver services that are needed in the community. We started delivering meals to older and vulnerable people.
I'm paralysed on the left-hand side with a stroke. I've never had one bad meal like that, darling. Oh, great, and you get big plates here to give you enough. A right good dinner. No, aye.
It takes a lot of strain off of me. I think what they do for the community is absolutely fantastic.
The role of the Community Planning Partnership is really important. They could be at the centre of what's happening for local groups. They're there, they've got all the experience and all the expertise. Without the local people, you don't have a project. But if we're not here, then it would all fall down like a pack of cards.
Community wanted a modern 21st century icon, and now we have the Falkirk Wheel. 500,000 people a year coming to that site, a real community asset. Falkirk Council working with us, and together we went through a very exciting project. As a small organisation, our challenge is how do we resource and how do we find the time to engage and keep that conversation going.
For community organisations, it's really difficult to engage with community planning partnerships.
Large parts of the public sector still see the community sector, community organisations as being a bit Mickey Mouse, not particularly serious.
We're very good at using language like empowerment or participation or co-production. But quite often the language becomes an industry in itself.
So if it's just rhetoric, it won't deliver on the needs and the expectations of members of the public.
If we're not addressing inequalities, unfairness and poverty in Scotland, then what's the point of community planning partnerships?
Good community organisations are in a pivotal position to properly meet whatever the local needs are.
It's top down and bottom up. So it's a both and, it's neither either or. Before, we've always taken changes by saying a memo comes from the government and everybody jumps into action. And what government know is that doesn't really happen like that. They know that. They need people on the ground to make things happen. Prior to the recovery model, you would find that all the money was being spent in the chaos of addiction. Actually, you need to put as much resource into the early stages of recovery if you want to stop people relapsing.
I was told that when I came off my methadone that I had a 99% chance of getting back through the doors again. I want to give people a better chance than that.
I've seen people that I thought that would never get clean off drugs, and when I seen that and I seen that it was possible, I did it. This can be done. There's a life beyond using drugs.
We've took so much away from our community with our addiction that giving back, and this is a way to give back.
Look at me, I'm 14 years in recovery. If you were to look at how much people in recovery are contributing to the well-being in Scotland, it's gobsmacking. There are thousands of recovery meetings, not costing the public purse a penny, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People helping in mutual aid, one other person get better.
Community empowerment is a bill that has to give birth to a movement. Legislation can't do everything. Local planning will only work when it is guided by the people it is for.
The risk now with the Community Empowerment Bill is that we empower the empowered, those who are already mobilised.
One of the biggest problems we're ever going to face is this whole scared of change, so we really need to be able to take that away and just think about how we can do things differently.
As a public servant, there's a responsibility on me and my colleagues to be as innovative and creative as possible.
One thing I'd change is I'd strip away all the bureaucracy that exists.
It requires a bit of bravery on everyone's part, being brave enough to say, do you know what, I tried this and it didn't work.
Public sector organisations need to be a little bit more outwards looking and go to groups and go into communities and hear their voices.
The key message is how we redefine relationships and really transfer power to communities.
If we can work together to deliver services with the people that are using them, then everybody wins.
We want the whole public sector to join in being the most accessible government ever. That means throwing the doors open to ordinary people.
We need to think big. We need to be ambitious.
Get on the bandwagon, be inspired, and really just make it all happen.